3 out of 4 Americans say they want to quit sugar. So why is America's sugar industry thriving like never before? Behind the headlines lies a strange contradiction. Consumer surveys show growing anxiety about sugar, yet real purchase data tells an entirely different story. Between October 2025 and March 2026, sugar deliveries across America rose 0.6%, outpacing nearly every health prediction. At the very same time, high fructose corn syrup deliveries collapsed by 3.5%, the steepest decline in years. This isn't more sugar consumption. It's substitution. Food makers are quietly swapping corn syrup for real cane and beet sugar, aisle by aisle. Walk any grocery aisle today and you'll see it. Clean labels, natural sweeteners, and shelves quietly rewritten by consumer demand for authenticity. The USDA projects total U.S. sugar supply near 14 million tons this year, a tightly balanced system built to hold reserves steady. But behind that balance, American sugar beet farms are shrinking. Planted acreage fell over 4% this year, the lowest levels in years, and Louisiana, it's the opposite story. Cane sugar production just hit a record, 6 straight years of growth carved into fertile soil. Louisiana has now outpaced Florida for 4 consecutive years, quietly becoming the beating heart of America's cane sugar economy. While global raw sugar prices fell over 5% on bumper harvests abroad, American prices climbed nearly 3%, moving in opposite directions. Closed the gap. The U.S. leans on Mexico, importing over 1.3 million tons of sugar under strict trade agreements. Wholesale grocers and bakery suppliers are booming, riding a wave of pre-packaged, perimeter bakery sales as home baking quietly declines. But not every sector is thriving. Food service, dairy processors, and canned food makers are all watching their sugar deliveries fall. Today's shopper reads every label. Words like natural and clean carry more weight than price, reshaping what lands in the cart. Inside food factories, engineers are rewriting recipes in real time, replacing corn-based syrup with real sugar, batch after batch. Survey data shows 63% of Americans worry about their sugar intake, a number nearly unchanged since 2006. 82% still say sugar is fine on special occasions. And over half call daily sugar part of a balanced life. When Americans do cut back, they're not reaching for diet soda anymore. Trust in artificial sweeteners is quietly falling apart. Instead, they're turning to nature. Stevia is projected to grow nearly 6% a year for the next decade, and quiet labs, scientists are fermenting sweet proteins and refining stevia extracts, chasing the impossible. Sugar's taste without its baggage. But a far bigger threat is coming, one that has nothing to do with taste or labels. Weight loss drugs are changing everything. GLP-1 medications are shrinking grocery baskets by up to 31% for active users, quietly emptying carts across the country. Analysts project these drugs could cut U.S. food and beverage spending by $30 billion by 2030 and $55 billion by 2034. The real disruption begins after 2031, when patents expire and cheaper generic versions reach millions more Americans. Meanwhile, the Make America Healthy Again movement is pushing hard against added sugars, synthetic dyes, and ultra-processed ingredients nationwide. Smart companies aren't waiting. They're reformulating now, investing in stevia, monk fruit, and portion-controlled products built for a changing appetite. For now, sugar is winning a battle it's quietly losing the war on. The numbers look strong, but the ground beneath them is shifting. The lesson here is simple. What people say and what people buy are rarely the same story, and the next decade will prove it. If you want to understand where the American food industry is really headed, follow the sugar. Subscribe for more data-driven deep dives.